Hey guys, Jeff here, Dice Setters. I was watching my last video and thinking about it in my head. The only thing I was worried about was rolling a 7 in my last video. And I changed my dice set to the hardway set 1-2-1-2, and I was amazed at how many threes came up. And I was like, okay, so if I could have that many threes come up during a regular turn, if I were to put 50 bucks on the 3, would have I made any money? The answer is yes, I would have. So I tried to duplicate that. And I don't know, a different day, same dice set, did not duplicate that. So in this video, you're going to see me do 3 different dice sets, and one actually fared better than the other 2. But it will definitely show you where you need to put your money. Always be thinking about this, as you go to the table, as you sit there and roll, as you sit there and practice. What if you could go in the future and see the numbers that you rolled, mark them down, and then come back to the casino table and be able to bet correctly, bet better. Quit wasting your money on numbers that aren't going to hit. That big, massive roll I did at Ellis Island that was recorded, 40 plus numbers. If I would have changed one thing, I would have taken the money off the field and placed it on the 9. I still would have been betting the same amount, but I only rolled 5 numbers that were not inside. 5 numbers out of plus 40. I would have stopped losing that money on the field when the 8 and the 6 kept on hitting. That'd been the best thing for me. Not to put more money on the table, but just to sit there and move what's hitting and take away what's not hitting. I love the Iron Cross. It's like a net you can throw out there and always bring in fish. But if you're rolling 5, 6, 8, it does not really pay to sit there and bet the Iron Cross, because the 5, 6, 8 is going to knock out that field bet. I see it now. That would have been better for me. And so when I go to that table next time, I'll make sure that that's what I do. I will not put money in the field. I'll sit there and just inside. Why not? And then as I'm growing it, I might move to the 10 and the 4, but I'm going to put very low amounts, table minimum. So at least in case the 4 and the 10 hit, it won't be I shot and I got nothing. If you're practicing every single week, which you're supposed to be doing if you want to be a good craps player. If you don't care, then don't practice. You should be keeping track of what's hitting, what's not. Changing your dice set up, watching what's hitting, what's not. When you're at the table, there should be no reason not to sit there and bring a small little paper, pen. And if you see a dice setter, now let me clarify this. This is not just somebody who sets the dice and throws it. And sometimes it lands on center, sometimes it lands in the right hook, sometimes it lands in the left hook. That is not a dice setter. But if you truly see someone that takes their time and their landing zone is somewhat, constant, and they're doing a good job, write down their numbers. And then when it's time for their turn one more time, sit there and say, well, they hit 8 like 10 times. I'm going to put money on 8. They hit 5 4 times, and those are the only 2 numbers that they hit. There's no sense of sitting there loading up the board if you don't have to, because all you're doing is just wasting money. Think back on that 40 plus roll I had. If someone were paying attention through half of it, they would have sat there and said, these are the numbers that are hitting. I know I've never seen, well, take that back. I've seen 2 people, and all the time I've ever played craps, actually keep track of what everybody rolls. Only 2 people. One guy didn't make any sense what he was doing. The last guy, he made complete sense of what he's doing, and that's what I'm telling you. If they're just a random roller, don't worry about it. But if they truly are a dice setter, keep track of it. And those are the numbers that you want to sit there and put money behind. Stop wasting your money. My first roll that night with the plus 40, my first roll was absolutely brutal. I mean, I'm not going to lie to you. It was absolutely brutal. That was only my third time shooting at that table. My third time. Before, it was called the trampoline table. I've had better luck at the trampoline table than the other table that they had or still have at Ellis. And the reason why is because I could get all my numbers. I get the all tall small, but you had to be very careful on how you rolled. And people knew this. If people weren't careful how they rolled, you just sit there and bet the dark side and you'd have money coming to you. But that first roll was absolutely brutal. But if you're still keeping track, I only had one number that fell out of the inside numbers. Only one number. It pays to sit there and mark down. You're like, oh, I don't want to bring a pen to my, to the table. I don't want to have a, paper on the table. Then put your money all the way across and lose it. If you're going to be a better dice setter, a better player, this is the way to do it. And not every single time will it work, but you're like, man, I always hit the 5 and I always hit the 9. So why are you putting money on the 6 and the 8? It's okay to put money on the 6 and the 8, but first put money on the 5 and the 9. And then as you grow, as you sit there and get casino money, then put money on the 6 and the 8. That's not a problem. But we try to work ourselves from our money to casino money. Because if we're playing with casino money, that's what we want. We want to play with casino money. It's easier. Think about a pitcher. Think about all the baseball games that we have going on right now. If a pitcher is in the second inning, is ahead by 10, he is going to sit there and throw completely different than if he was down by 10. If you're already up using casino money, you're going to play differently because it's not your money. You're going to be wise about it, though, but that's what you want to do, play with casino money. You don't want to be that pitcher that's sitting there throwing in the second inning down by 10. You're going to have a lot of mistakes. You're going to get called on corners that should have been a strike and they weren't. Your mind's going to be thinking, my God, I sat there and lost this money. You're going to have to sit there and think differently. So let's not be down by 10 on the second inning. Let's do it right, sit there and play on casino money, and then we can sit there and do 60 across, do 440 across. But first get down the numbers that you're going to throw. And then from there, we can sit there and put it wherever you want to. You've got casino money, doesn't matter. But be smart with casino money because it still is money. That's all I got for you this time. I already recorded the what you're going to see now. And it's all shot in one, people sit there and say, oh, you're cheating. No, I'm not. It's all shot in one take. And I did 3 different dice sets, and they all pretty much had differences, but they weren't different enough that I would sit there and feel comfortable about putting $50 on 3 or $50 on yo every single turn. And yet, at the table, you see people doing this all the time. And they're doing it to random rollers. Not smart. Stay tuned. Thanks, guys. 6 was not the best landing. Six. 7 points off. Seven points off. Ten. Ten. Eight. Six. Eight. Five. Bad roll. Didn't get to the end. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Four. my first non-inside number. Two. Part 8. Six. Nine. Oh, yep, 9. Ten. Definitely bad landing on that. Eight. Two. Three. 9. 5. 3. Five. 4. 10. 6. Purple handed. 6. 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16 rolls. And that was with a different dice set. That was with a hardway roll. Seven points off. Three. 3. Seven. No point yet. Seven. No point yet. Five. I'm going to try to go a little higher with the dice. Try to keep it from having a 7. 4. 3. 8. 9. Yo. 9. 6. 8. Yo. Seven. So that was a test to see if there was a dice set that was more prone to the horn numbers. This last one was 6s crossed, and I had 5 horn numbers. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The first dice set I had was all 7. 1, 2, 6, 5. The second dice set I had was 1, 2, 1, 2. I noticed with my last video I was rolling more 3s than anything else with that dice set. So I just wanted to see if it was just me, a phenomenon, or what. But based on this here, I would see no reason to put money here, because it's not always happening. Sixes and 8s. Number 1 moneymaker. Stop wasting your money. Put the money where the dice are going to land. Thanks for watching. Like, share, subscribe. See you next time.